This is VASISTA GAYATRI Academy. I am Dr. YVENUGOPAL. Today, in this video, I would like to discuss a very important aspect in soft skill, that is concentration and meditation. What is concentration and what is meditation? First, we must have a beautiful idea, a clear-cut idea about these two things. Actually speaking, this concentration and meditation appear to be separate genres, but actually they are closely related. How I will tell you. Concentration is nothing but a focus of your mind. Meditation is a focus of the soul. Here in concentration, mind works and it works on something important, some interesting aspect. Mind's concentration on some interesting and important work. Whereas in meditation, our soul's deep immersion in something sublime. For example, in concentration, we will have an interesting object like studies, some music, or sculpture, or painting work. With deep concentration, we shall be doing that work and we will be successful there. That is a dedication, a point of dedication, element of dedication. Whereas in meditation, there is immersion of the soul. And soul works a lot, and here a devotion will be there, a deep devotion. In the concentration, there will be dedication, whereas in meditation, there will be a complete devotion of the soul. And that is the reason why here in meditation, our mind and both soul will be fused together and deeply immersed on something sublime aspect like some prayer, chanting of God's name, some deep devotional aspect, or some sublime thought. We can just you will be meditating and meditating. Your soul will be completely preoccupied with that sublime idea. That is meditation. And this concentration can also be I told you that both are closely related, though a separate genre. How I say that this concentration can also be transformed into meditation, a deep meditation. Why not? When a common man, in the same way, why you see a common man, for example, transforms into a great sage, a saintly man, a great thinker, a great philosopher. In our mythology, a number of stories we have heard, we have studied. Take for example a beautiful illustration from Ramayana, Valmiki. Valmiki was first of all an ordinary man, a common man. He did not know anything about education, about learning, about soul, about sublime things and all these things. He was not only an ordinary man but also a cruel person. He used to kill the birds, animals, not only animals and birds, even human being. He used to kill and take the meat of human being. That kind of a very cruel person was Valmiki. But after finally, in some context, on one fine morning, when he shot to one bird, namely a Crauncha bird, that bird fell down and died immediately. Its parama, its lover, cowbird, that came there and hovering round and turning round with weeping, with a lot of anguish. She too died. That another bird also died. Its mate, soulmate. On seeing that wonderful, pathetic situation, this Valmiki, the so-called Valmiki, was very much melted. So when the mind is melted, therein lies the working of the soul. The soul starts working. He meditated upon it number of times, meditated for a long time on this pathetic situation, and gradually he became a great sage, and he wrote the most popular, the most greatest epic in the world, that is Ramayana. Likewise, I see another example from Buddha. Buddha was an ordinary man. Just on seeing the worries, the problems, the predicaments, the distressed and wretched conditions of the poor people in the society, he was melted, his mind was melted, he turned to be a sage. So, when thought, our soul, goes up higher and higher to a higher flight, when it goes to higher flight, automatically it will have the circle. Circle means he will go up and he will come down. See, Valmiki has written all the emotions, worries, problems of the great people and also the lower people. Here Buddha also say, though he was the king, he got rid of that and he became a saint. You know, the relationship of Buddha and Amrapali. Amrapali was a very popular prostitute, most beautiful, most attractive, enchanting, and at the same time she was a prostitute. She too has undergone a soul transformation gradually in course of time. And Buddha one day, she came to Buddha one day, she invited Buddha. Buddha, because the soul has attained to that higher flight, they don't have prestige, dignity, ego, all these things. He came to the house of Amrapali. There, he was treated well, and Amrapali was blessed. And with that, with those blessings given by Buddha, she turned to be a transformed soul. So the point here is, if there is a dedication, apart from dedication, if there is a devotion, devotion means a soul will be immersed in the devotion, a feeling of devotion. If there is a devotion, automatically there will be a great metamorphosis. Even concentration of something, interesting thing, will also be. She concentrated on Buddha, she concentrated on a life, Amrapali. There was a metamorphosis, transformation of soul, a great meditation she has attained to. So this can be applicable to anything for that matter. Not only in a devotion, not only in a deeper, a religious thing, a spiritual thing, education, music, painting, art, in any issue for that matter. When that concentration has attained to the devotion stage, automatically it becomes meditation. Actually, our devotion will also be like that. See, most of the people will be chanting some songs, some prayers, without having any immersion of the soul. So, immersion of soul is demanded by devotion. That is most essential element in the devotion. Ritual songs, ritual chanting is not the point. Most of the people will be singing in such a fashion. Om Sai, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. So soul will not be there. Shuklam, Bardharam, Shashivirnam, Chaturbhujam, like that. See, when there is a real, I don't criticize that. There is only a concentration on the chanting, on this prayer. But apart from that, what is required is there should be a soul presentation in order to become a meditation. See, I try my best how a prayer, a song, a devotional song can be uttered from the soul with emergence of soul. Let me try my best. Kausalyatanaya Sri Rama Kaustubhanga తూర్పున భానుడుదయించే తోయజాక్ష దేవ సంబంధమగు కార్యాలను తీర్చుకోగా వేడుకుందుము మేలుకో శ్రీ వెంకటేశ. I have tried my best. How far the emergence of soul has been present, only you have to tell. See, there will be presentation of soul, that soul will be completely immersed in the meditation. Point here is the correlation between concentration and meditation. When the concentration is blessed with dedication and devotion, automatically there will be very great divine meditation, and therein lies the actual soul presentation and the real devotion, a real worshipping the God. And there is a actual purpose, the real purpose will be served. So this is not only applicable to music, painting, art, anything else for that matter, but also to our education. If you take, I would like to give the example of A.K. Ramanujan. A.K. Ramanujan was a great failure in both mathematics and English language. In 10th class, when he was a student, his headmaster number of times shunted him out of the school because why you fail in the examination always, don't come, it's a great disgrace to me as headmaster. With great insult, he went to his house. There itself he stayed at home, completely absorbed in studies. How? With dedication and devotion. See, the concentration has taken or has been transformed into dedication, and dedication has been transformed into devotion, and finally meditation. Soul has worked well. When there is this kind of meditation, this kind of soul immersion, everything can be achieved. There is nothing impossible. He proved it. He proved his mettle. He invented number of theorems in mathematics and sent those theorems to Hardy and Lawrence to England. They invited him with a great surprise, with very much impression. They invited him to England, and there he was well received. And he rose to an occasion. He came out with flying colors. Same is the case with our president, ex-president Abdul Kalam also. Only with BSc degree, he obtained doctorate, honorary doctorate, because of his deep meditative work with soul presentation, innovation. And that great invention was possible only by that meditation. Like that, the point to be noted here is whether it is an art, music, or painting, sculpture, our devotion, or even education for that matter, should have that meditative stage, soul presentation stage. In Islamic, there is a great proverb that Muhammad Pravakta has given this proverb. If you are going in the line, in the path of education, learning, it means that you are walking in the path of God. Really, very, 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 very thought-provoking sentence. Yes, when we are going in the path of education and learning, means learning, I know, I have told you a number of times that learning will have the positive knowledge, practical wisdom, and the proposed values. The education, aim of the education is that is a true learning. When you have attained to that learning stage, a true learning stage, it means that you have been in the path of God, divinity. So one can have that divinity through this meditation, meditative power, meditative activity. It is applicable to all things in our life. Now I conclude that both concentration and meditation are one and the same. One is in a immature stage, the another is in a mature stage. One is in intellectual stage, another one is in a spiritual stage. So we must be being educated, being a good learner. We must be able to bring about a wonderful synthesis between these two things in order to survive very well, in order to survive, in order to attain peace and bliss in life. This is the skill that we need, and this is about concentration and meditation. Thank you very much for watching. If you are really impressed with my teaching, with this small intercourse, this small discourse, please give me patting by subscribing.